Dinosaurs of the land, sea, and air. Velociraptor. Velociraptor means swift plunder. It was a small meat-eating dinosaur. As its name tells you, velociraptors were able to run very fast. It was lightly built and very agile. This helped it track down its prey, even in the dense forest. Velociraptor was a deadly hunter. Often it would hunt in packs. While one velociraptor would charge straight at the victim, others would attack from the sides. Whichever way the prey turned, it was trapped. Velociraptors had a long, low head and a flat skull. It had long fingers. Each finger contained a razor-sharp claw. Each of its feet had 4 toes. One of its toes was a large hook-like claw. This claw is its most lethal weapon. This is a member of the Iguanodon family dinosaurs. Velociraptors could attack while standing on one leg using its tail for balance. Archaeopteryx. Many scientists believe that Archaeopteryx was the world's first bird. Some think that it was the link between land dinosaurs and real birds. Archaeopteryx name means ancient feathers. It is the earliest known animal to have feathers. Its feathers probably developed from the evolution of the creature's reptile scales. The scales split open and trapped air, allowing the dinosaur to fly. Its feathers also helped to keep it warm in the cool night air. This dinosaur was about 3 feet long, and its skinny body weighed about 20 pounds. Unlike birds, which have no teeth, this winged animal had small teeth. The dinosaur ate mostly insects, which it trapped in its feathered wings. Plesiosaurus. Plesiosaurus was a fish-eating marine reptile. It propelled itself through prehistoric waters with powerful paddle-shaped flippers. Although it lived in water, it laid its eggs on land. Plesiosaurus had a long, snake-like neck, a barrel-shaped body, and a small head. It swam close to the surface of the oceans it inhabited and used its long neck to search for food below the surface. This dinosaur evolved from an earlier group of sea reptiles called Notharsaurus. Notharsaurus had lizard-like bodies, long necks, and jagged teeth. They had webbed feet and fin on their tails. As these dinosaurs developed, its head got smaller and its neck got longer. Its limbs became powerful paddles, which helped to make Plesiosaurus an excellent swimmer. Catching a fish. Cosmosaurus. Cosmosaurus was a member of the Triceratops family of dinosaurs. It had 2 horns on its head and another horn growing out of its snout. Cosmosaurus also had a large bony frill, but unlike some of its relatives, Cosmosaurus frills had holes in it. The holes made the enormous bony plate lighter than the dinosaur like Triceratops, so it was easier for Cosmosaurus to move its large head around. The light frill also helped it to run faster than its bulkier ceratopsian cousins. This parrot-beaked plant-eater grew to a size of 17 feet in length. It weighed from 3 to 5 tons. Cosmosaurus have strong neck muscles and needed these to pull out of the roots of tough plants, which it loved to eat. Pteranodon. Pteranodon weighed only 33 pounds. It had a turkey-sized body on its head and sat a crest that was 6 feet long. Terradon had a long, toothless beak and ate mostly fish. Terradon was actually not a dinosaur. It belonged to a family of flying reptiles called pterosaurs. Although Terradon had a wingspan of 27 feet, it could only have flown in light wind. It was probably a glider rather than a true bird-like flyer. There are many theories about the purpose of Terradon's long crest. It may have been used as a brake for landing from a flight. It may have been used to steer during flight, or the crest may simply have acted as a balance for the creature's long beak. Hypsilophodon. Hypsilophodon was a very small dinosaur. It was only 4 or 5 feet long and weighed only 130 pounds. It was no bigger than a large dog. It had a 6-inch head and a very large eyes, so it could easily spot the big meat-eater dinosaurs that may attack it. Hypsilophodon may have been the only plant eater that could outrun the smaller meat-eating dinosaurs for its time. Apatosaurus. This dinosaur, originally called Brontosaurus, which means thunder lizard, it got this name because it shook the earth when it walked. This huge creature was 70 feet long and weighed over 30 tons. Apatosaurus was a member of the group of gentle plant-eating dinosaurs called sauropods. It had very long neck that measured 20 feet from head to shoulders. This long neck helped the dinosaur reach leaves in tall trees. At one time, paleontologists believed that Apatosaurus was stupid. They now believe that these gentle giants were fairly intelligent creatures. Iguanodon. Iguanodon means iguana tooth. It got its name because it had teeth like those of today's iguana lizards, only much bigger. Iguanodon weighed about 5 tons, about the size of an elephant, but it looked more like a chubby, overgrown kangaroo. These herbivores usually searched for food on all 4 legs. When it ran, Iguanodon used its powerful back legs. It also stretched up on these back legs to reach high leaves on trees. Iguanodon could wrap its tongue around reeds and thick grasses and pull them into its mouth. Small branches and tough roots were crunched with its 2 rows of grinding teeth located in its cheeks. Ichthyosaurus. Ichthyosaurus was not a dinosaur. It was a fish-eating marine reptile. Its name means fish lizard. It looked very much like a shark, dolphin, or swordfish. It had a long pointed nose, a narrow head, and many tiny razor-sharp teeth. This excellent swimmer also had 2 pair of flippers, a fin on its back, and a fish-like tail. Ichthyosaurus was 33 feet long, and it spent its time swimming in the ocean hunting for fish. Although it looked like a fish and swam in the sea, Ichthyosaurus was an air-breathing animal. It never left the water, but it often had to come up to the surface to take in fresh supply of air, much like a whale or a dolphin does today. Triceratops. This 3-horned dinosaur had a bony plate on its head. The plate and the horns protected it from damaging attacks. Its mouth looked like the beak of a parrot. Scientists know a great deal about this dinosaur. In the 1900s, more than 30 Triceratops skulls were found at one time in Wyoming. Scientists once believed that this 4-legged herbivore was a slow creature. Today it is thought that Triceratops moved like a modern-day rhinoceros and may have been able to gallop at a fairly high speed. It is also believed that Triceratops were aquatic dinosaurs. Triceratops ate plants with very tough leaves. It could do this because of special sharp teeth that crushed and sliced its food. The end.